Hello, I'm Juan Carlos Valenzuela Buitrago, a student of Telecommunications Engineering of the Universidad Militar Nueva Granada, located in Bogotá, Colombia. The proposal of this video is to explain the article Survey of Free Open Source Software Migration Plans Around the World. This article is centered in showing the case studies of free software migration, the causes, procedures and results of each one, considering the different scopes where a migration plan can arise and be applied. Introduction. First of all, you have to know what is free software before. This for understand well what is a free software migration. The definition of free software is consigned in the book of Richard Stallman, Free Software, Free Society. Textually, the free software is a matter of the user's freedom to run, copy, distribute, study, change, and improve the software. This means that it's a tool which you can do everything. Sell it, pass the page to your best friend for download the program, anything. That is free software. What is a free software migration? The free software migration is the action to pass all the activities that you are doing in your proprietary software to a new free platform, using the tools that this platform offers to the user, taking account that the migration wants the lowest impact possible for the user. This means that the software migration wants that the user can do the same things but using free software. For example, you are using Windows and you are going to pass all your activities to the operating system Ubuntu. That is a migration plan, because you are passing from application like Internet Explorer, the web browser for Windows, to Mozilla Firefox, the web browser offered for all the platform based on Linux. Obviously, the migration is for all the possible applications that you can find, not only the web browser or the Office software, because these are the basic applications offered for all the operative systems. Now, I'm going to explain the most important part of the document, the case studies. Why the case studies? Because this experience can show the reality and the results of the free software migration plans that they apply, and of course, these cases can bring a methodology for the creation of a free software migration plan in the university, taking account the success and the mistakes presented in this investigation. The following case studies shows the free software migration plan used by each institution. And in the end of the video, I'm going to tell some general conclusion about this. The first case that I'm going to show is a case named Munich Migration Failure. You don't need to know what is the result in the title list, but why this plan is a failure. I speak in present because this plan is still in action. The plan was approved in 2003. Since there, they start to migrate just the Office software using OpenOffice.org. The number of machines was 14,000, and in 2008, they just finished to migrate the Office software, 5 years just in one program. The next phase is migrate the platform. In 2009, just the 13% of all the machines was migrated. This means a migration of 83 machines per month since the approbation of the plan. If Munich continues with this rhythm, the migration plan will end in 2020, 17 years implementing the migration plan. The next case is the free software migration proposal for the University of Tarapacá of Arica in Chile. In January 8 of 2009, the University of Tarapacá of Arica published its plan of migration to free software. The objective was to replace proprietary software used in all the official activities of the institution, so that they can be made with free software. About the plan, 11 steps were considered to fulfill the needs of the university. You can see the steps on the screen. In the steps 5 and 7 is contemplated a pilot using the free software on Windows and the proprietary software on Linux. In this way, they can know if it's possible to migrate everything, or just certain parts of the college. It is also explained that in some cases it will be necessary to combine two programs or more to obtain the same result that is obtained with proprietary software, but it is an effort that is worth because it's for the benefit of the institution. Also, it's contemplated since the beginning that can exist software that will not be able to be migrated. That is to say, that it does not have equivalent in free software, and just in this case the institution will give the permission to use the proprietary software. The last case of study that I will show is the case of the Cuba Migration Guide to Free Software. Cuba developed a free software migration plan that can be applied in all sectors, as a result of the percent that leave the country in policy, economy and technology. Respect to the policy, Cuba is under the dominion of Microsoft. This means that anytime Microsoft can cancel the licenses and leave the nation without computer science support, thanks to the laws of industrial property. And second, the free software represents a solution of software for the poor countries because it is possible to be obtained without cost or in a very low price. In economy aspects, the state does not have to do great investments for the change of the platform because the nation's hardware supports the operating system, and the distributions can be obtained free in the internet. In technology aspects, the free software allows the adaptation of the programs because they are open source, in addition to the constant update of the versions. The technological innovation of the country is fomented, and the high degree of difficulty to introduce malicious software because the free software is used and reviewed around the world, and constantly failures in the operative system are repaired. For these reasons, Cuba created a plan destined to be executed in 2008 that was composed by 4 phases: preparation phase, partial migration phase, complete migration phase, and consolidation phase. In the preparation phase, processes like information gathering are included. In the partial migration phase, they will proceed to migrate one server of each class: a DNS server, a LDAP server, a DHCP server, a mail and web server, including also the proprietary software at the workstations. In the complete migration, they will proceed to the installation of the free software in all the servers and workstations. And finally, in the consolidation phase, is the failure control with help desk and other tools. These will offer the aggregate value to the plan. As I mentioned before, the guides and migration in this document and video not only would apply for free software, that is to say, the methodology that these cases tell us can be applied to any operating system. We could see 4 points in common in these migrations: information gathering, partial migration, complete migration, and support and training. These 4 pillars compose the base of the software migrations. We must consider the following things, taking account problems presented in the cases. First, the resistance to the change. If the resistance is too big, more will be delayed the migration, because, as it were mentioned previously, free software represents a cultural problem. It's a fight against the behavior of use always the same things. Second, the lack of commitment with the project. A good plan of migration can exist, but if commitment and collaboration on the part of directors and professors does not exist, the plan will not be able to advance anywhere. And the last is insufficiency of free programs. In this case, also it will depend on whatever is arranged the user to do with free programs. That is to say, in some cases the privative programs require up to 2 or more programs based on free software to fulfill the same task, or also can happen that free programs that can be replaced private one. For this exist solutions like virtualization or emulation of programs. Finally, it would be possible to say that the free software migrations are possible, but only if all the people in the institution work for this purpose. If not, it would be a complete failure, like in Munich. Thanks for watching. For more information, you can send me an email and I will solve your doubts. Bye.